Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Guido Goes Off. I thank you folks for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, getting ready for the big weekend here. We got No Mercy going on, Death Before Dishonor going on right now. Ooh, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to talk about. Let's get going. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the big news this week started off a few hours after I got done filming my last episode. On this week's edition of SmackDown Live from Oakland, California, Jinder Mahal cut a promo against Shinsuke Nakamura. As everyone knows, the two of them are scheduled to face off for the WWE Championship at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. What nobody was expecting was that Jinder would go there. And by go there, meaning use flat-out racist remarks against Japanese people. He made fun of Shinsuke's facial features, of course, the inability of most Japanese people to pronounce the letter L, and calling him Mr. Miyagi, which then prompted his dancing monkeys to dance around like someone played Kung Fu Fighting, which is Chinese, not Japanese. Anyway, well, there was a huge outcry on this. Of course, given today's social climate, I'm not really surprised by this. But then again, I'm not really surprised that WWE would use racism to amp up a feud. And that's probably what they were trying to go for. And someone thought, well, this is a very good idea. Turns out they were very wrong. You know, not that we need any more reasons to hate Jinder Mahal. We got plenty. Then this happens, and to be honest, somebody should have sat there for one single solitary second as a voice of reason and said, you know what? This may be a bad idea. But no one did, and that even includes Jinder Mahal, and the reason why, Jinder has creative control over his character. For those who wonder, for those who like, well, what's creative control? Simply put, in regards to a talent's character, they have the right to say yes or no to anything, to pretty much anything they are given. In most circumstances, wrestlers are told to do something, they do it. End of story. If you have creative control, someone says, you do this, you need to do this, you can say, no, that's stupid. And this is one of those cases where Jinder Mahal should have looked at whoever thought this was a good idea and said, no, this is stupid. I mean, don't get me wrong, being a hypocrite is a huge heel trait, but when you're of a racial minority in the U.S. and you're making fun of another racial minority in the U.S., you know, and people don't already like you, and it's not because you're of a certain minority in the United States, it's because you're an asshole. Yeah. But don't get me wrong, cultural insensitivity aside, this is just stupid. This was just stupid. It was a very poor move, but then again, you're talking to the company who suspended Titus O'Neil for 60 days, almost fired him for just simply touching Mr. Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon using the N-word. Hakeem, Kerwin, White, having a bunch of Mexican talents advertising as lawn mowing specialists. Yeah, basically, this is another log on the fire of WWE is run by idiots. Is run in part by people who just don't understand the cultural barometer of the society around them. Do I think anybody's going to get fired for this? Probably not. But I do think this does put things in an interesting light, and that being, more than likely, finally, we're going to see the title off Jinder Mahal. I mean, I want it to be for the right reasons, but for reasons being, we should probably get him off TV, otherwise he's going to get stoned outside of arenas. Might be a good idea. Just might. Okay, time for some updates, starting with Global Force Wrestling. Oh, I'm sorry, Impact? Or is it TNA again? As I reported in my last show, Anthem has dropped the name of Global Force Wrestling and has decided to host this year's Bound for Glory in Ottawa, Canada. To which they're hoping to fill a very small arena in Ottawa, at least get 500 people to show up. Well, here's the thing. Logistically, that arena is not very conducive to a wrestling show. There are no bleachers. There's a lot of construction they have to do, limited bathrooms. Basically, imagine the ECW arena, but like without the seating space. Yeah, it's going to be like that. From what I gather, they are going to film both Bound for Glory and a series and several tapings in this venue, which also brings up the fact of Anthem possibly uprooting Impact Wrestling from Orlando and bringing it to Canada full time. Now, the reasons being, simply put, Anthem is based in Canada. It's based in Toronto, and so having Anthem's, having Impact or whatever they decided to call it close by the Anthem headquarters, it does make good sense, especially, of course, there could be some visa issues, and because of this, they lost Jim Cornette as their on-air authority figure. As everybody knows, Cornette doesn't like to travel. Anything he can do to get out of it, he'll do. So, you're out, Jim Cornette, and you're still on shaky ground as it is. I don't know what they're thinking. Especially with yet another name change, as they're changing their name back to Impact Wrestling and removing all Global Force acknowledgement from their brand. Because, as I said, when Jarrett was asked to go on an indefinite leave of absence, that the merger never happened, and both sides were very far apart. And as we know, where Jarrett goes, Global Force goes. And interestingly enough, while they still have things in order, Anthem showed some episodes, some taped episodes of Global Force Amped on pay-per-view, which happened to have former NXT champion and current SmackDown wrestler Bobby Roode on them. Now, instead of saying, explaining that, hey, this is stuff from 3 years ago, what they're saying is that Bobby Roode has jumped ship from WWE to Global Force. Man, Vince's lawyers are getting a workout, I swear. But, as I said, this means there's a lot here that probably nobody really knows what's going on. Now, Bound for Glory is November 5th. There's a lot of things people are wondering about, like, of course, everybody's favorite ass bag, whether he's going to show up, what's going on. Is Jarrett done? Are all these people done? Is Impact up for sale? Because it was one of the things listed in the recent WWE Network survey, where they're talking about doing a tiered system. Basically asking, everyone want to pay an extra $10 for a bunch of cool stuff? Like, stuff would be cool? By the way, if you get the survey, fill it out. It's always awesome. So, where do we go in this? You're getting to a point where, do you even know how to run a wrestling business? Because, the answer is no. We can tell. But how much do you not know? I mean, are we talking like Dixie Carter levels here? Because I don't know. I don't know. Okay, another update, and this is concerning everybody's favorite English lady wrestler, Paige. At least I like to think she's everybody's favorite female English lady wrestler. Not she should be. Anyway, as we know, Paige is wrapping up her first week at the Performance Center, and according to Lord God Dave Meltzer, basically the reason why she is there, she has been medically cleared. He believes that's what happened on Monday, and that basically what she is doing workouts and basically getting rid of the ring rust, getting back into ring shape, because she hasn't wrestled in over a year. It's a while. And now future plans for her have been kind of sort of leaked. From what has been said, there is a storyline set up for Paige, and more than likely, it is going to be on SmackDown Live. Now, WWE, in one of the posts they've had about Paige coming back, is that Paige is listed as a free agent. As was mentioned before, she was drafted to the Raw brand during the 2016 Raw brand extension draft. Now, of course, she was drafted to Raw. Basically, it was WWE's attempt to split up her and... Anyway. But now she is listed as a free agent, which means she could go to either show. However, a lot of people are speculating, and I have a tendency to tend to agree with them on this one, that Paige is going to SmackDown Live. Now, the reason being, another reason why Paige was upset of being drafted to Raw, a lot of her friends, Becky, Charlotte, Natalya, were drafted to SmackDown Live, where she was left on brand red. Now, not only her being on brand blue helps with that, remember, there is going to be a debut fairly soon on the Raw roster of another lady. He's probably going to kill people. Now, and so to not really take away from her thunder and not really stack the deck against the SmackDown Live Women's division, it's more than likely that's what's going to happen, is that she's going to go to SmackDown Live. Now, I'm all for this because SmackDown Live women's roster is kind of on an even keel. Everybody's kind of, and it's just kind of... it needs something, okay? I'm not going to lie. It needs something. Much like the Raw women's roster needs something, and that something being Asuka. The SmackDown Live women's roster could really, 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 really use Paige. I mean, really, 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 really. Because, face facts, it just seems like the same broken record, and throwing Paige into the mix could really help things out. So, yay for that. Oh, and there is talk of her being at her debuting at Survivor Series, which I totally agree with, because it would be a big shock factor. And of course, you can, if you get Emma on the Team Raw for the Survivor Series match, it would be pretty cool, because you've had Emma. I saw to the Divas Revolution. I started the Women's Revolution. Or however she talks, I'm screwing that up probably. But there's a lot of great ideas, and of course, we're all sitting here waiting with bated breath to see her reclaim her house. Her house. And one more update, and that is on the condition of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. As we know, he's gone home. He's doing physical therapy. He's doing wonderfully, recuperating well. eye gouging the Grim Reaper or whatever it took for him to cheat death. Once again, the dirtiest player in the game still with us. It was on the Dan Le Batard show. I don't know if y'all listen to it, and I don't know why I do either. He did talk about his health concerns and what brought them on. And simply put, he drank too much. While Flair did mention that he never, while he was working, he hadn't been drinking. He never drank at work while on the anywhere. But he did calculate that at one point, at this point in his life, he was having 20 alcoholic drinks a day. It was then one day. It was then after eating some raw oysters, he was taken to the hospital and then put on life support after experiencing multiple organ failures. According to him, kidney failure, congestive heart failure, adrenal failure. I mean, everything shut down, Flair said. The joke was with the doctors. The only thing that was alive and kicking, sitting at the bar waiting for me, was my liver. So once again, Ric Flair's liver. Hardest working son of a bitch in the industry. But because of this, Flair has sworn that he will never drink again. Which I should say I'm not surprised and honestly proud of Rick, because like we said, he was well known for his partying ways and his love of the drink. So given everything he had to recover from, it's not a surprise that he is swearing off drinking. And to be honest, good for him. Because this was scary. This was close. We almost lost a great legend. I mean, we lost a great legend earlier this week in Bobby the Brain Heenan. But we almost lost Ric Flair as well. But it's great. It's great to see him up and about, and we hope he can continue with his recovery, because it's Ric Flair, man. It's Ric Flair. He's on everybody's Mount Rushmore, and if he isn't, he should be. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of The Guido Goes Off. Once again, I thank you folks for watching, and please, if you get the opportunity, like this video, share it with your everyone. And, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, there's always time to do that. It's right there. Right there. You know, hit the red button. Hit the play thing. Can you hit that, please? And of course, if you would like to know when the episodes come up, hit the bell for notifications. Now, what do you think of the topics that I covered on this episode? Well, feel free to drop a line in the comments section below. And as always, you can talk to me via my social media. It's Twitter and Instagram, not all my social. Okay, well, until next time, I am the Guido, and I think we're done here.